Well, hello and welcome to our last session of today's Investors Masterclass. I hope you've had a lovely morning. This is my little roundup session now to fill you in on some of the questions that have been asked actually throughout this morning. You're an intelligent bunch of people and you've asked some really good questions which I'm going to go through now. And also I'm going to reveal the winners of our from the answers to our quiz questions. My goodness me, you lot kept me busy, and I'm sorry if in the end it was a kind of a copy and pasted answer that you were getting back, but my gosh, we had a rush of replies, and really it was a wonderful experience today. We've really enjoyed ourselves this end. I hope you have yours. Let's deal with some of the questions that have come up. I've got three that have really stood out today. So the first one here is from Mike. Mike is asking a very sensible question about tax. He enjoyed Katie's session and he's asking about the interest tax that she mentions in savings account. And he asked, is the tax on corporate bond funds and gilt funds, which we call fixed interest securities, is that the same tax as we would get on a savings account? And the answer is yes. Now, if you've got a level 1 or a level 2 Thomas & Thomas portfolio, then the chances are, well, you will have within there corporate bond funds and gilt funds, which will be triggering, if it's not ISA wrapped, some potential interest. You will get a consolidated tax voucher at the end of the tax year, which tells you how much interest has been accrued within the account and how much therefore needs to be reported to the HMRC, if at all. Now, that's quite timely because after much toing and froing with Old Mutual, I had some good news yesterday. They have now released all of the consolidated tax vouchers for our clients. They are online on your online accounts if you haven't got them. I know I've got a few clients who've been really desperate for them. Don't worry, I've already printed them for you and posted them to you yesterday. But if you do have any worries on this, just let me know. So that was the first question. The second question we had here was actually from Linda. Linda asks about EdenTree, and she was just saying, well, with EdenTree being, a church organisation originally, she was very impressed with the presentation, but she's saying, are they the only ethical organisation that we kind of get involved with and spend so much time with? And the answer to that is no. We really get involved with about 6 major ethical fund houses. We want to know what their views are. And even if we look at some of the companies, like Rathbones or Saracen, who have a lot of work that they do with trusts, their ethics, their way of working will be something that we really get on with. EdenTree was our pick today because of their pedigree and because we felt that, they really, the interview with Neville White was really something special. Neville's a bit of a legend in our profession, and so to get that interview with him was really quite something. So I hope that answers that for you. The third and final question I had today was from Dave, and Dave was asking, on the global update presentation, do I still believe in a V-shaped recovery? Now, as you will know, many of you who watched my weekly updates when we were in the trenches together back in March, April, May, and some of June, I kept banging on about, don't worry, it's not going to be this flatline U recovery over, 2 years. It's going to be more like a bounce. Well, probably it will be a bounce of sorts, but I think that in absolute honesty, we are now looking at a situation where, without being political, governments are running scared of investigations, inquiries, and a blame culture. Maybe some of that, could be laid at their door. I think a lot of it is media driven. And as a consequence, if you're running a government right now, you are really in a position where actually the economy starts to take a back seat to personal investigation and blame for the way you've handled something. And to that end, I think that is causing a challenge. So what we've got is the first start of the V of recovery and now a bit of a flatline, a plateau. And I think that could continue now for some time. Now, that probably could go in, I think, as I said in my sessions, until the middle perhaps of next year. Having said that, we've had some of the recovery already and our clients' portfolios have really benefited from that. and I've got no worries at all about growth going forward. I just think it's going to be a bit trickier, but we've made that clear, and I think there's still a lot more growth in the investment markets than in cash. So I hope that answers that one for you. So that's the 3 questions. Let's deal with the answers. Who were the winners of our questions? So the first question we had this morning was, how much money did America pump into the system, or the Fed pump in? The answer was $2.9 trillion. And the winner to this, and my goodness me, you were so fast, all of you, I could barely keep up. It was just dozens of replies, but the winner was Gaius. So Gaius, your face mask, I'm only teasing, your face mask is on the way to you, sir. Well done, great. The runners-up, I mean, there were so many, but just about within the seconds and the minutes of who came in, the runners-up to this were Rob, Imogen, and Kay. So I am going to send you guys some chocolate because I'm a softie. And well done, because you were so close. There were then about 20 others of you who I did tell you got it right. If you got it right, you were told, yes, you got it right. But sadly, just by the seconds, you weren't quite in. Okay, so the second one then, and I know this is only a bit of fun, but it was a brilliant way of knowing that you were getting these sessions. So thank you so much for joining in with this madness. The second one then was the Eden Tree question. The answer was 1988. Now, we had quite a few 1998s. Quite proud of myself that I managed to mislead you with the questions laid out. The answer was 1988. And our winner for the face mask this year was Victoria. So Victoria, well done. Well done, Vicky. You picked that one up. Well done. Followed closely by, again, a raft of people. But the 3 runners-up just were Andrew, Angela, and Lee. So I will again send out chocolate. And Lee, my goodness me, you were the runner-up on everything today, really. So you were so close. But well done, guys. That was great. Third bit of fun was the ISA question from Katie. When was the £20,000 allowance brought in? It was 2017. You nearly all got this right and must have had 50 correct answers. But the fastest one in, with the quickest fingers in the West, belonged to Fenella. So well done, Fenella. You were fast followed up by Rowena and Margaret and Susan. So again, you know, I'm just literally picking. There were so many. I'll get some chocolate out to you guys. You probably don't want any more anyway after today. You've probably eaten yourself silly on your boxes of goodies, but there we are. So the final thing to finish with today is actually some Thomas & Thomas news. As you know, we're a very small company. We love being small and nimble. We are run very much for you. We're only as successful as you are. We don't advertise. And to that end, sometimes we need to ask for your help. And I've got 2 things I really want to ask your help for today. The first thing is, and I mention this sometimes, is referrals. We now don't take anybody off the street. We only will take them on recommendation from you. And the reason for that is that we like dealing with you and people like you. It just works for us. People who value a family business, people who want to deal with a small firm, people who like our way of working. And to that end, we are very grateful if you can think of us when you're talking with friends and family, if you feel there's someone who might need some help and who might benefit in the way that hopefully you've really benefited through our financial planning and care. And the second thing we're asking for your help on is we're actually looking to hire. We've put an advert on our website and we're looking for a part-time administrator, 2 to 3 days a week, to help me out really in the office and to give us that little bit of extra help that we need with our paperwork. And so if you know of anybody who you think, yeah, they'd be a great fit with Darren and Katie and the team at Thomas & Thomas, then please do put them our way. So that concludes today's wrap-up, and that concludes today's masterclass. It's been great. Thank you so much, all of you, for being with us. If I've not mentioned you in my runners-up and everything else, I humbly apologise. You're wonderful people. Thank you so much. I hope you've had a lovely, lovely morning, and let's do it again. Until next time, all the very best. Look after yourselves and keep smiling. Bye-bye.